Welcome to the third episode of the Injustice Gods Among Us podcast. With me is Godofgods.
Hello guys, what's going on?
And just me and Godofgods this episode. Yeah, so funny story, we actually made a couple other recordings that didn't go well. They were corrupted. So it's actually not the third episode. So we have a bit more experience. Right?
Yeah, you know what they say, third time's the charm.
Yeah. Yeah. But this will be a banger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So big announcement. First time I'm saying this. I completed Survivor last week.
Congrats.
Thank you. Sounded very genuine.
What team did you use?
I used quite a few teams. I used MG's build. So like his strategy and yes, a couple of videos on it. Just pretty much using Aquaman. Sorry?
What characters does he use? I haven't seen the video.
Well, he uses Prime Killer Frost, Prime Aquaman, Prime Raven, and then Flashpoint Aquaman, and New 52 Shazam. And so, like in Fight 19, he uses the invulnerability build with Aquaman to get the reflect, right?
Yeah. So you didn't even use your third backup?
No, didn't need to.
That's an achievement right there.
Yeah, I guess. It's just a good strategy then. I could have done it in one less swap out. Because you don't really need Prime Killer Frost. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, they reduce in power generation. The reduction,
right.
Sorry. Yeah.
And this week I happened to come across a YouTube channel by K Real, a Russian YouTuber, I think, who also makes survivor videos, like strategy guides.
Huh.
And he actually made a different team using well, actually it could have been done by the same team, just differently geared, right?
Oh.
So instead of like doing the reflect thing with Aquaman on Fight 19, he uses Scarecrow's mask and I think Claw of Horus on Prime Aquaman, so they can't heal and they do take the tag out damage.
The fact that survivor strategies are being thought of and implemented, I guess, in the game after 8 years, it's honestly baffling to me.
I know, right?
It's been like 4 years since the battles were extended from I think it was 16 to number 21 right now.
Yeah, it's pretty recent too. It makes a lot of more recent this year. I mean,
even if it was
that's recent to me. Okay, that's recent in this community.
Yeah, it's super recent. I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think with Scopus showing up, many people were like motivated to give the game a shot, and the more like I guess you would say casual players decided to grind more, I guess. So that's, I think, because in the past, on the multiplayer seasons at least, from what I had seen, from what I've seen, maximum BR was like 10 million, not maximum, but one of the highest amounts of BR you could get. And now we've seen amounts like 40 million, Which, by the way, you are one of the people, along with Scopus, that holds the record. So
Right, yeah. Mention that every time you get the opportunity, please.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you do have one of the best achievements in the game, so it's not really a
thank you.
small
Okay.
thing.
But I think you bring up a good point. Like before Scopus, it was really just like a number one finish would have been maybe 5 million battle rating. Would have been enough. Right?
Yeah.
And now I'm at, it's not even a competitive season right now. And I'm at about 7.5 and I'm number 4. That's just insane, right?
Yeah. And also, I think in the, I guess you could say, upcoming of Scopus, I think Devlin and BitCKR also played a really big part, honestly, because they recommended Scopus to everyone, and they were like the two biggest names of the community. So they really helped in, I guess, reviving the community, you could say. Because after like 2016, I want to say, I really don't know, because I was super young back then, wasn't active in any communities. Uh, the game just kind of died out, and no one really played anymore. But now, even though it's a winter season and almost the majority of the players are inactive, including me, there are still many people who grind, you being a prime example of that.
Right. Yeah. I guess you could say that with Scopus, we're kind of experiencing a renaissance of this Injustice community.
Yeah.
And he's made it way easier to get the same result in the same amount, or get a better result in the same amount of time. So that's why the average battle rating in players who, look in communities and know what the meta is, their average battle rating has gone up quite a bit.
To be honest, I think this Scopus build, I think it was more like a modification of BDCKR's various team builds. Because if you have browsed their channel for a bit, you will see they have countless guides on how to make good teams. And I think Scopus just took the teams they made to another level, where they just where he just used the same passives, but he took the principle of the BR algorithm, I guess you could say, and found the loophole where you could just have one super OP character and get the same opponents you would get with a balanced team, well, with the same stats. So the thing that Scopus did, and I think many people don't understand this, I guess you could say, is that he didn't really make something entirely new. He just realized it when no one really realized that it was a very good strategy.
Right. Yeah, and well, I don't know if I totally agree on that, because like the Scopus build is a bit bigger than just one OP character, right? There's a whole nuance behind it.
Oh yeah, but the principle of the Scopus build is having an unbalanced team, but with two supportive characters that can make the main damage dealer shine, like Injustice 2 Superman or Luchador Bane.
Right, but back in the day, the main point of the team wasn't so much like making matchmaking easier. It was kind of, but it was also making use of as many characters and teams as you could, because back in the day, recharges, at least ads, weren't really a thing. So you had to swap between different teams. So you can just
Yeah,
use the good characters.
yeah. That's why I'm saying he found a way to, I guess, exploit the algorithm where you could just get the best, I guess, uh, deal when you face opponents, where you could just face opponents way weaker than your main damage dealer, whereas everyone else was using balanced teams, but with the same principle of having a balanced team with passive that support each other, but no one thought to have a team with unbalanced stats so they could exploit the system like Scopus did. That's what I mean. If you understand, I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I get what you mean. And well, you make a good point, but back in the day, right, unbalanced teams were around. They weren't that successful because people just used one good character, put like Tenti Totem, Master's Death card, and Astral Harness on them, and then put two worthless bronzes in there that just instantly died. So you didn't really have anything, like any use out of them. And Scope was introduced the idea of, look, you can take these characters and gear them in a way that makes them at least stall for time and
Yeah,
somewhat of a good support and somewhat of a good tank, just because of the way they're geared.
yeah. So how are you doing this season? You did say you're fourth currently.
Yeah, thanks to some, I'm more busy than I thought I would be, so I'm not where I wanted to be, like battle rating wise, but I'm getting up there. I didn't expect like Bushier Man to go as hard as he did and go at 13 million right now.
Do you know who is Busherman or no?
No, I don't know him.
Huh. So
He seems legit, so
yeah, but she probably is inactive though. That's what I mean.
inactive. What do you mean?
She's not active in any
Oh, right,
community.
on Discord.
Yeah, on
Like, yeah.
Discord and on Reddit. Otherwise, we probably would know his name. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah, but then you have people like K Real, who just, he's also at number 5, by the way, right now.
Oh,
And he just, when I found his channel, he has like an hour long videos with spreadsheets and all this information, all this time and all this effort put into it, and he's not even like active in the communities.
you do make a valid point.
Great.
Yeah, because Noah F was is the same case as K Real. Because before I came in Discord, I knew both of them. So you do have a good point. Oh, by the way, I just remembered. Some months ago, the first, I guess you could say, real player reached 1 billion BR. Luan is his name.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of him. I saw that happening. It's very impressive, I think. That not only does he have that much battle rating, but he doesn't just go for like the top 10. He does like a couple million each season, but it's just so consistent. It's nuts.
Yeah, on the summer when I was super active again because I had just returned. I saw him each time because I was curious as to see how did he get that much battle rating. But he didn't grind enough to get in the top 10. But every season I would check, he would always be in the top 200 at least, with like 3 million each season. So that's a super big, I guess, milestone. He's the first ever to reach that high. But he does
Yeah,
have...
legitimately, right?
yeah,
For
yeah.
a little while, the hackers could have like lifetime battle rating.
Yeah. There was even a case when one of the accounts of a hacker had negative score, like they do in Android.
Right.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was super messy. Thankfully, though, this era, I guess, has subsided.
Yeah, it's still pretty strange to me that they can fix something like that, but they don't really have a permanent fix for the hacker problem. They just make new accounts, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame them because it's an 8-year-old game. And first, they don't have a big reason to,
They
because
do,
the game doesn't bring that much revenue anymore.
but how hard can it be to fix what I think is a pretty simple issue?
Well, if you take into consideration that an anti-cheat hasn't even been developed by Activision in Call of Duty for more than 2 years, now is the third year. Just because it's costly and it's time consuming, I guess. And it's one of the biggest games currently in the world, it being Warzone. Uh, I
Right.
understand NetherRealm and the other companies that they do not want to put their resources in creating an anti-cheat on Injustice 1 when they probably don't even have it on Injustice 2.
Right, but my point is, because it's such an old game, and because the point system is so simple, really, you can just write a formula that says anything above this number is definitely a hacker or cheater. The maximum you can get for the maximum average you can get is 8,000, because that's the average you get when you play an ultimate ladder at 5,000 battle rating. So you have that, and then you factor in things like daily missions,
Yeah.
and then you have like a number of 8 point something, or at least something like. I don't think it should be that difficult to write a formula and just put it into the game.
You do make a point, yeah, because the games are very different. One is super advanced, whereas
Right, when it's
Injustice,
like a first-person shooter, very much more complicated and just numbers adding up, right?
yeah, you do have a point because someone can't get more than, I guess, 100 million, I'd say, in one season, even if they grinded their lives out. So
Right.
they could, I guess, do that, but again, it probably isn't worth their time and money. So, in a business perspective, it's understandable, but in the player's perspective, and us being players, we would obviously really appreciate an anti-cheat, but can't get our hopes up because it's almost guaranteed not to happen. Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's strange though how they do remove like the hacked accounts a couple times a week. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are putting resources into hiring people to remove that, right? Because that takes time, and those people get paid, and that takes money.
I wouldn't say they hire people just for that reason. I'd say
No, they have people, but I mean they're on payroll and they're using their time.
yeah, but I don't think it would take that much time to remove more than 15 hacked accounts every week. I'd say take like 5 minutes at most. So
Yeah, you make a good point.
by the way, did you see the what's it called? The Batman versus Joker Eternal Enemies pack?
I did see it.
Yeah.
It's something, all right.
A scam.
Yeah, but it is a
Yeah.
good thing that it's returned, because it does tell us like someone's still in the NRS headquarters looking at this game, because it's
Yeah.
like a
True.
3-year-old pack, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's 4 years now because
Right.
it's 2022.
Right. Time flies.
I saw
Happy New
it.
Year, by the way. Last episode was in
Oh yeah. Happy New
2021.
Year. Yeah, we have the two other recordings that were corrupted, so I didn't even think of that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But we're still going strong, right?
Of course, the grind never stops. For you at least, because I don't have the mental toughness, I guess, to keep grinding while I have to study. So I've given up on trying to get more than top 5% for now.
What's your grinding team look like?
It's super simple. I have 3 teams I currently use, but I only use one when I'm not grinding, so only when I'm trying a top 1% high BR run season, I guess you could say. Only then I'm switching between the 3, but the team is a Green Lantern Jessica Cruz, with Regime Green Lantern and Jon Stewart as supporters. A super classic team.
Yeah. What
yeah.
other promotions though?
My Jon Stewart is Elite 0, although I have 3 copies of him. My Green Lantern is Elite 10, and my Jessica Cruz is also Elite 10, and soon she will be also max augmented. I'm just missing some damage augments, but the rest have been maxed out, even health. But yeah, my second team is Hawkgirl Prime for her passive, being at the Elite 1. Luchador Bane, and then I use my Injustice 2 Superman because I have him at Elite 2. So he's not...
A solid choice.
What you said in here?
It's a solid choice.
Yeah.
If you have him at a low elite, it can be very useful.
Yeah, I'm taking full advantage of his passive to just take the specials, and when they do heavy attacks, I just have a block or damage reduction gears applied, so he doesn't take much damage. But yeah, that's my second, and my third team, which I guess you could say it's my favorite because I've played with Green Lantern teams for so long that I've gotten bored of them, is an Arkham Knight team where I have Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight at Elite 10, level 60. And then I have my Batgirl Arkham Origins, or Arkham Knight, sorry, at Elite 2. I also have 3 more promotions for her, but I've kept her the same. And then I have used Arkham Harley Quinn instead of Arkham Knight, because she offers the unblockable chance on special 2.
That's a great pick. I use a similar team. Do you use a special 2?
Yeah, I have I really love his special 2 because of the I guess you could say helicopter that comes and helps the character.
Yeah, the drone strike.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah, and it also does area of damage, area of effect damage. Sorry. So it's really, I guess, efficient. You could say. I think it's even a better choice than Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. But the only thing that the Arkham Knight team is inferior is that because I have my Arkham Knight Batgirl so low level, when my Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight character loses all his health and Batgirl switches in, she can easily be taken out with very few moves.
Right. Yeah, I have read somewhat low promotions as well, and I use pretty much the same team, but I gear her like I use Astro Harness and then Claw of Horus and IP Stick, because the special one does so well with gear applications.
Yeah, I would do exactly the same thing, but I've been missing the Aster Harness season every time.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm gonna finally obtain it soon, because it's in like 2 weeks from now. So I'm excited about that.
yeah, I can imagine. Especially defensively, it's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. And I've been getting some defensive wins. I think my highest was not. Excuse me. It was like 9 defense battles won out of 22, I think, without even Acer Harness.
That's impressive. What stats was the defending team?
I don't really remember any examples, but I know that Viking, from the Scope server,
Yeah.
he's gotten matched. His teams have gotten matched up with mine a lot of times. It's like I think 3 or 4 now, and he always has trouble winning against me, and I think I even won a match against him where my Jessica Cruz was unequipped, and she just had the IB stick, I guess, equipped or whatever at that time, without the Master's Death card or Taunted Totem, and I even won at that time. So it's really up to luck, I guess, and the stats of your characters. But I guess luck plays a very bigger role in defensive teams.
I disagree. I think it's maybe one of the hardest things to master in this game, where there's so much behind it. It's almost more complicated than an offensive team. Because I've been experimenting with defensive teams for a while now, and a lot of different things factor in, like because you don't know how an enemy team interacts with your team, right?
Yeah.
Unless you copy it, of course. then you have a good reference.
Yeah.
But like, you want to kind of have a fast damage output. So like a Jessica Cruz has her special 2, which takes so long that it just can't really escape it.
Yeah.
And then you have like Ares, who does an instant hit unblockable. And then if he's a high promotion, then you have like a free kill, or at least a free health bar if they don't resurrect.
Yeah, but I guess when you see Ares characters, you always play around it. So for example, when I encounter an Ares team, when I take out a character and Ares is about to switch in, I always switch out my Jessica Cruz and have my tank take the hit. And because I have my Regime Green Lantern equipped with a 4th world set, it's always a very easy battle for me. And the same applies with Luchador Bane, but the only problem with that team is the stun. Whereas in Ares, you can switch out even while he's switching in. But you can't do that with Luchador Bane, and if you don't expect him to switch in, and he does, he'll decimate your team.
Right, yeah. But that's like a chance trigger, right?
Yeah.
It's not as sure as Ares. Because right now I'm using a team with Ares. What a coincidence, right? And I have him geared with Astro Harness. So whenever he comes in, he's like invulnerable and has 2 bars of power, which means he will use his special 2.
Yeah.
And then I also have in the team Batman Ninja Nightwing. So when he tags in, he drains enemy power. Then when he knocks them out, power is drained again, right?
You have mastered the art of the defense teams.
I have not. I'm trying to, but I'm no No Scopos with like a 10 out of 10 defense win streak.
The only time oh, by the way, I think it was 2 seasons ago, Scopos attacked me. I'm pretty sure I lost. And then I went to battle him with my Jessica Cruz, but I had her equipped with a basic damage and health drain gear instead of the IB stick for the third slot. And I was defeated. I was humiliated on the first try. But what I realized is that most damage reduction teams against Jessica Cruz in specific, with the IB stick equipped, they really aren't that big of a threat because her chain, as you probably know, yeah, you obviously know because you were the one that suggested me to use the IB stick. It chains like I think it is four DOT effects, and by switching out constantly, you can do 2 special 2s in a matter of seconds, and that's all you really need.
Yeah, it does great damage. Like you said, Scopos really has. I think no one has truly mastered defense teams like Scopos has. I've fought his teams a couple of times, and it's just it's
rough to see.
Yeah. It's rough. Yeah. It doesn't really make your day.
Yeah, I had to specifically modify my team just to beat his. So in a normal ladder, because I revenged him, I would definitely lose. And I have countless times with similar teams that used either damage reduction or something of that effect, like blocking or stuff.
Yeah, I think he uses his Shazam's passive really well because it already has like a damage reduction, and then because a Justice League member is very, it's a very wide net to cast, right? So basically, any character is a Justice League character.
Yeah.
So then an invulnerability build works way better with him in the team, and he always uses Shazam.
Oh yeah, it's honestly it's I think the best choice for him because having grind that many multiplayer battles, he has his Shazam at Elite 6, so it's understandable that his passive is also way leagues above other Shazams. So that's also a really big component.
Yeah, he's just... I think he puts way more attention into his defense teams than one might think. Anyway, we need to, or we should at least talk about like this season's reward and the challenge mode.
Yeah.
This season's multiplayer reward is the Batman Ninja helmet, which comes in handy with what we just talked about, the invulnerability build.
Yeah.
It has a great health boost, and it's great for pretty much any Batman.
And even non-Batman characters can get very good, I guess, with the abilities that it offers.
Yeah, 40% max health increase. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's the highest, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A couple other gears share it, but it's still the highest.
Yeah.
And then the challenge this week is Godfall Superman. I wouldn't say it's anything that special. He has a pretty good special too.
Yeah.
But not great.
Yeah, and we did talk about Godful Superman on the second try. Uh, and I think he's a very good character for either beginners or players that are in the middle, I guess, where they aren't late game yet, but they are getting good teams, I guess, because due to his unbreakable special 2, they can always exploit it and I guess take advantage of his very good synergy, I guess you could say, because any Superman will work good in a team if the support members are picked correctly.
Yeah, most Supermen have, well, not all of them, but most have pretty good passives and work well, synergize with most teams or with Justice League teams, with Justice League teams.
Yeah, and it's I think we could compare Godful Superman to Dawn of Just Superman. His passive doesn't really help in most cases, but the fact that their basics and their light attacks are so good, and it's way more comfortable than most other characters, and their relatively high stats. Godful is, I guess you could say, on the middle of the spectrum. But his special 2, like we already said, makes up for it.
So he's like a good mid and early game, I'd say.
Yeah. He's not that good for end game, but he's acceptable for any other case.
Exactly. And then this week's coming breakthrough is Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static. Are you going to promote any one of those?
What was the first character you said?
Deadshot.
I probably will not. Because I have my Shazam at Elite 6, but he's not eligible for direct promotion, so I've been wanting to get him to Elite 7, but I will have to wait again.
He's very rare, so...
Yeah, he's like, I think it's 1 or 5%. He is 3.25% in the gold pack. And in the 5 million gold pack opening that I did, where I opened 20 gold packs and 20 challenge packs, I only got him once. So I'm missing a copy again.
But he's not like that great at Elite 10. I could know because I have him not bragging at all, right? I have him at Elite 10.
You are flexing a bit, but
no, I would never. I would never.
By the way, what's really weird about this season for me is that there's no specific character pack in the store. There's only the Flash and Batman bundles, the Most Wanted pack, the first. The Femme Fatale, which includes animated Harley Quinn, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman 600. And the Eternal Joker, the Eternal Enemy Story pack with Batman and Joker, and the Joker Celebration pack. So there's no pack like every other week where you can see it from the main menu and guess that he probably will be the next season's challenge character.
Who?
I'm really excited to see who the next one will be.
All right. Yeah, I'm thinking they say it's going to be Regime Hawkgirl, and there's not really a pack with her in it. So usually they just pick either like a different character with the same, for instance, there's not a Blackest Night Superman pack. Oh wait, is there? I don't know. Like if there weren't a Blackest Night Superman pack, they'd just pick a different Superman. But since there's also no Prime Hawkgirl pack, or at least it'd be Survivor pack, I think. No, I'm not sure.
No, it's Nightwing, Bane, and oh no, I think she's the third character. I think, not sure, but I get your point. Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't really have a money pack to put her in. So maybe that's why we got Eternal Enemies pack.
Probably that is the case. But the fact that it's a credit pack and not a paid pack, that's also exciting. Because it's the third credit pack they've brought back. The first two being Survivor packs, but the second they brought was super bad. Survivor, sorry, Most Wanted packs. By the way, did you buy? Or I guess you wouldn't because you have most of them at Elite 10 already. But did you buy any packs when the first pack came out for Arkham Origins Deathstroke?
Yeah, I bought I think I only bought 3 of them just because I had Deathstroke at Elite 7. But if I didn't, I would have bought all of them, like 10 of them.
Yeah, you do have a lot of credits saved up, I guess.
Yeah, and there's not gonna be a better time than that.
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, I managed, and I'm honestly surprised. I managed to buy 4. I had him at
That's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, I had saved up $1 million already from the summer, and was just laying there. And I had Deathstroke at Elite 2, and I have him at Elite 6 now. But I'm really surprised that I managed to save 1 million credits when I really wasn't playing any Injustice. I just played 3 matches on school and 3 matches after school every day for 5 weeks. And well, obviously I didn't only play that, but that's the feeling I got anyway.
So you can get pretty good rewards if you don't have any time at all. You can get pretty good rewards if you just play a couple multiplayer matches.
Oh, I wasn't grinding in multiplayer. I was sorry. I was grinding Boss Battle 6.
Grinding.
Yeah.
For credits. Oh man.
Yeah, I know you've been there, but I also know it's been a long time since you were there. So
yeah, it's been now I don't really have anything to spend it on. I used to be I saved up 5 million, then I just promoted the character to Elite 10, and then I'd be broke again. I did that for about 15 times, and now I made myself not promote anyone else anymore.
I can't relate. Although I guess I can, because when I returned, I had lost all my gears, because when I was younger, I used to do some glitches here and there, and I did one glitch in particular 2 times, and I didn't know it was risky, but it was an online glitch, and my save file got corrupted, and I lost all my gears since then. And I had to regain every gear that I had. So it took a while, especially to upgrade every single one. I had to upgrade probably almost, or no, more than 50 gears. And I had calculated on Notepad how much I would need for every tier of gears, and I think the first star was like 3 mil or somewhere around there. The second stars were 5 or probably there, the third star was, I think it was more than 20 million. And then the 4 stars, I just got along the way and upgrade them immediately to max. But it was probably took me more than 40 million, considering I even bought gear lockers. So
Wow, it's quite a grind.
in the long run, it's not. But I did that in like 3 weeks. So
40 million credits in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was grinding. I had like 14 average hours per day, and I just switched teams back and forth on Boss Battle 6. And keep in mind that I had almost... Oh, I'll get to that in another episode, but I had most of my characters super low level. And during that time, I managed to upgrade to level up every character to level 50. So I think it shows.
That's also impressive.
And most of the battles were done from Boss Battle 6. And for example, all my my bronze characters and
Bonus battle 6.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And most of my bronze, all my bronze characters and half of my silver characters were upgraded, leveled up, to level 60 from Boss Battle 6 and nothing else. So, but yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's impressive. Anyway, I think we've gone on long enough now.
Yeah, it's probably almost an hour.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the podcast, our podcast, because you're the man behind the scenes. People don't know that. Like, the huge fan base we have right now doesn't know that, probably. But you're the man behind it all, the mystery man.
I am the Shadow Man.
Right, yeah.
A little Call of Duty reference there.
Anyway, thank you for listening. This was the third episode of the Injustice Gods Among Us podcast. And